Did you know WWE legend and Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg made around $2 million per match during his appearances in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, that's right. $2 million each time he stepped into the ring. Before his wrestling fame, Goldberg actually had a short run in the NFL, but it was inside the squared circle where he truly made his name. After nearly 28 years in WWE, he finally decided to call it quits in 2025. But here's what we're really here for. How much did Goldberg actually make from WWE? And what does he spend all that money on? From his massive 150-acre Texas farm to his multi-million-dollar car collection, we're breaking it all down in today's video. So let's get into it. Just how rich is Bill Goldberg really? Real estate. Before we dive into how much Goldberg is actually worth, let's first take a look at how he spends his fortune. Let's start with his multi-million-dollar properties. And what better place to begin than with his real estate? Back in '99, he dropped around $1 million on a massive estate in Bonsall, California, just north of San Diego. And this wasn't your average home. It was a 4,600 square foot mansion sitting on 17 acres of land, with a 20-car garage and even horse facilities. The guy really lived large. Fast forward to 2020, Goldberg decided it was time to move on. He listed the property for $3.2 million and eventually sold it for $2.9 million, still walking away with a nice profit. So, where did he head next? Texas, baby. And of course, Goldberg went all out again. His Texas ranch sits on a whopping 150 acres and is valued at around $4 million. The main house spans over 9,900 square feet, with 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and plenty of space for his family and his exotic animals. Outside, he's got it all. A huge swimming pool with a waterfall, a spa area with a TV, and even a basketball court. Plus, the place has trails, trees, and open land where his llamas and zebras roam freely. Yeah, Goldberg doesn't just live large. He lives legendary. Cars. With plenty of cash to burn, Goldberg's gone all in on one of his biggest passions, cars. The guy's not just a wrestler, he's a full-on gearhead. Goldberg's got taste, serious taste. His car collection is worth around $2 million, and it's every bit as powerful and intense as he is. We're talking over 20 classic American muscle cars, all lined up in his custom-built, temperature-controlled garage to keep them in mint condition. His lineup includes some absolute monsters: a 1969 Dodge Charger, 1970 Pontiac Trans Am Ram Air 4, a 1946 CJ, 2A Willis Jeep, a 2022 Ram 1500 TRX, a 1973 Pontiac Super Duty Trans Am, a 1968 Chevrolet Yenko Camaro, a 1970 Boss 429 Mustang, a 1967 Shelby GT 500, and even a 1965 Shelby Cobra replica, and many more. Every ride in his collection screams American muscle, power, and legacy, just like Goldberg himself. Net worth and earnings. Now, the part you've all been waiting for. How does Bill Goldberg support his passion for life, especially after retirement? Well, the answer is simple. He worked hard and cashed big. With close to 3 decades in the ring, Goldberg made serious money. Back in his early WCW days, he started on a rookie contract, making around $20,000. Once he hit television, his pay shot up, and by the peak of his career, he was one of the highest-paid wrestlers in WCW history, making over $8.8 million between 1997 and 2001. Even after injuries, he kept cashing massive checks, including a deal with WCW's parent company, AOL Time Warner, where he earned $2.5 million a year. And his success didn't stop there. Goldberg went overseas, dominated in Japan, and eventually made his WWE debut, becoming one of the few men to be world champion in both WCW and WWE, and holding the record for the longest undefeated streak in pro wrestling with 173 wins. Fast forward to recent years, and Goldberg was making $2 million per fight for matches in Saudi Arabia, racking up $8 million in just 4 matches. And that's just wrestling. He also made some money during his short NFL career with the Falcons. Beyond sports, Goldberg has always been smart with endorsements and partnerships. He's tied to DraftKings, owns the Extreme Power Gym, a Muay Thai and amateur boxing gym in Oceanside, California, and with over 3.2 million Instagram followers, he could easily make thousands more from sponsored posts, though honestly, he doesn't really need to. On top of that, Goldberg has dabbled in movies and TV, appearing in films like Universal Soldier, The Return, The Longest Yard, Half Past Dead 2, American Satan, and hosting shows like Automaniac and Forged in Fire, Knife or Death. So yeah, between wrestling endorsements, his gym, TV, and movies, Goldberg has built a massive fortune that lets him live life on his own terms. All in all, Bill Goldberg's net worth stands at an impressive $16 million as of today, a true testament to his dominance both inside and outside the ring. Early life. All right, let's rewind to where it all started. William Scott Goldberg was born on December 27, 1966, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. His mom was a classical violinist who also had a knack for breeding award-winning orchids. Fancy, right? And his dad was an obstetrician and gynecologist. He grew up with two brothers, Steve and Michael. Fun fact, Michael went on to run a music club in Aspen, Colorado. Goldberg went to Tulsa Edison High School, raised in the Jewish faith, and he's stuck to it ever since. With Russian and Romanian roots, his background is as rich as it is interesting. Football came into the picture when he was 16, and let's just say, he wasn't your average player, he was a beast. Goldberg earned a scholarship to University of Georgia, dominating as a defensive tackle. His performance was so legendary that he got inducted into the Junkyard Dog Club, an honor reserved for only the toughest defensive players. In 1990, the LA Rams picked him in the 11th round of the NFL draft, but things didn't go as planned. He didn't make the final cut, bouncing around briefly before landing with the Sacramento Surge in the World League of American Football. The silver lining? He helped them win the World Bowl in 1992, right before the league shut down in the US. Little did he know, his real legacy wasn't going to happen on the football field, but in the wrestling ring. Personal life. Goldberg's love story is just as interesting as his career. He met his wife, stuntwoman Wanda Farraton, on the set of a Christmas-themed slasher flick, Santa's Sleigh. Yep, a horror movie brought them together, and they tied the knot in 2005. Today, the couple lives in Boerne, Texas, with their son, balancing family life with all the adrenaline Goldberg thrives on. Goldberg also has a big heart. He's a passionate animal rights activist, even speaking before the U.S. Congress to raise awareness about illegal animal fighting. On top of that, he takes his role as a public figure seriously, visiting children battling cancer to lift their spirits. For a guy known for wrecking opponents in the ring, Goldberg definitely has a softer side too. So there you have it, folks, Bill Goldberg and his incredible lifestyle. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, cheers!